The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
One of our players just got finished playing in a player versus player tournament, and the other just got finished running said tournament. How will that affect how each of them plays in this matchup? It is our number 9 seed Bbforky and our 16 seed Razorflame. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2022. I am your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, and joining me for this match today are two newcomers to the mic for this tournament, so please introduce yourself, starting with our PPL 2020 runner-up, Foxy Man.
Hey everyone, Foxy Man here. I'm super excited to be back on the mic. Been busy the last few weekends, but we have a great slew of matches for today. Kicking things off with Bbforky and Razorflame, who both of them were just in a player versus player tournament as cards said, and they're two people who I'm just excited to see play, and I know they have really high potential, so it's gonna be a good match for sure.
Indeed, and we also have one of our Tetris Attack Online friends has decided to join us for this one, so please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Shulso. I develop Panel Attack, and I also help run tournaments over at Tetris Attack Online. I've come over here to come help out and just get some new experiences in other areas for the speed running and just to have a great time. Just see some awesome matches go along.
And speaking of those awesome matches, Show, I understand you just finished calling some matches for said tournament that
right,
Razor and Forky were involved with.
Yep, I just got off the mic over there, so I just decided to hop on over here so I don't lose my train of thought for this. Just thought it could be nice to transition over here while I'm at it.
Alright, you got a nice PvP infusion for this matchup. Cannot wait to see how it unfolds, and we'll bring that to you in just a little bit. But first, if you're just tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how it all works, allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how this game works and how we are playing it in this tournament. Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in August 1996 for North America and November 1996 for Europe. It was also broadcast on the Japanese Teleview service from November 1996 until the service was discontinued in June 2000. As a match 3 puzzle game, if you match at least 3 of the same panel either horizontally or vertically, the panels will disappear. To win, however, you'll need to do more than simply match 3 at a time. You need to make combos and chains to not only prevent your gradually rising stack from reaching the top of your playfield for a time, but also send garbage to your opponent to make their stack reach the top of their playfield. You make combos by matching more than 3 panels in a row at the same time. They don't keep your stack from rising for very long, but they do send small garbage blocks to your opponent that can quickly add up if stacked correctly. You make chains by linking sets of 3 or more matches together. Make a set of panels disappear and then have the panels directly above them fall into another match. Not only does this keep your stack from rising for a longer period of time, but it will also make thicker garbage blocks that will be more effective at actually filling out your opponent's stack to the top. If your stack reaches the top of your playfield and the game tries to break the stack through the top, you lose, so you want to avoid this at all costs and force it on your opponent as much as possible. To beat these computer opponents, you'll have to either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is completely topped off, send so much garbage to your opponent so that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage to your opponent in such a way so that they think they can no longer make a move. That said, due to the way this game handles combo garbage as well as the overall speed of these opponents, You will almost exclusively see our players make them run out of time through timely garbage attacks. Easy mode has 10 stages, normal mode has 11 stages, and hard and V-hard, as we call it, have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing through those stages to get to the end as fast as they can. The first player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. The first player to win a predetermined number of races wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. We are in week 4 of about 5, hopefully, in our pools stage, our round robin pools stage, where we took our 20 players that signed up for this tournament and divided them into equally sized pools of players, and we are having them engage in speedrun racing combat against these computers that we love so dear in all of the levels that the game allows us to play in. We start each match by having the players agree to the first level to race, and if they don't agree, I will pick a level for them. And the loser of the first race will get to pick the level for the next race, a different level, until either all of the levels have been played or we determine a winner. And again, this is best of 5 for this stage, so first to 3 race wins does win the match. And hopefully, when we are done with all 5 weeks or so of this round robin stage, we will have the top 2 players in each group move on to the final bracket. We also have a prize pool for this tournament. Started this towards the end of the last Pokemon Puzzle League tournament, and this has gotten some pretty good reception. So there's a link on screen right there. You can pitch in to add to the crowd-funded prize pool that will be divvied up among the players who not only make it to the final bracket, but also our little redemption bracket for the players that did not make it to the finals, along with a little raffle to another person. So we share the wealth quite a lot around here, and not only will your donations count towards the pool, also your Twitch bits will get added at some point, and your Twitch subscriptions will also have a portion of those proceeds get into the pool, and every time you do show your support, you get a little notification just like that. So hopefully everyone will be encouraged to put in what they can spare to support our players as much as they can. Man, that 40% prize for first place is quite something else, and I don't know. These 2 players, Foxy, really had to deal with the player that is most likely to win that pool to win that first place prize in Yoshi. So what are you hoping to see from this matchup today?
I mean, so far, Razor had an unfortunate kind of, maybe you can call it an upset loss, at least by seed-wise, to Zeplander. So from Razorflame, I'm really hoping to see him kind of bounce back and just give a good performance, show what I know he's capable of. I guess I've seen firsthand what Razorflame's capable of in the Pokemon Puzzle League tournament this past tournament. He took me to 5 games, and so I don't think that's out of the possibility for him to play against Bbforky, but Bbforky is a strong player. He's a fan favorite in the community. He's been around for a very long time, and after taking a kind of an upset of his own to Tetris Attacker, I think he also has something to prove. So I think this will be a really, really interesting matchup between 2 players who maybe have something on their shoulders and they want to kind of put together a good performance to keep their tournament hopes alive.
And yeah, Sho, you've also seen you also just saw Razor play a bit today.
Yeah.
How do you think Razor is going to fare based on what you saw today?
I think he has a good shot. He's warmed up, of course, as he just played in another tournament. He placed 3rd overall in a tournament that contained 14 players total. So he has a pretty good shot, I think, of managing to move up his position a little bit, especially as he's warmed up, and I think he is definitely in the zone right now. I think that'll carry over and help him out a bit.
Indeed. Let's take a closer look at these two players. You can see Forky usually brings it in the speedrunning context, just about top 10 in all of the categories, and after a little bit of a break for 2019 and 2020, has continued to bring the play in these tournaments. So let's start with Foxy Man here. Foxy, how many games do you think Razorflame's actually going to be able to win here?
Oh man, as much as I believe in Razorflame, I gotta go with my boy Forky. I think he's gonna take it 3-0. I think if anything, I'd watch out for V-hard mode that can always cause some upsets. I had a 13-minute V-hard in a casual race the other day. But outside of that, I think that Forky really is just super consistent, super strong player, and on those lower mode difficulties, I imagine Forky is going to be getting the consistent topping out the opponents on the first attack, whereas maybe Razorflame will just be lagging a little bit behind, and that'll give Forky the edge and take this 3-0.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus of people thinking with their head as opposed to with their heart, possibly. Do you think any different about this matchup, Show?
I'd say Razorflame, especially if they pick a harder difficulty, I think Razorflame may have a chance of taking one game. I do agree that Forky is very likely to take this match overall, but I do think Razorflame does stand a little bit better of a chance, especially in the higher tiers, especially since he just got done and Forky has been busy commentating. I think the fact that Razorflame has been playing may have a significant impact as he is very warmed up.
Alright, well, let's not waste any more time then. Let's get into this matchup before both of these players start to cool off in one way or another. Here's number 9 Bbforky, number 16 Razorflame engaging each other in Pool 1 combat starting right now!
Yeah, so it seems like we will be starting off on normal mode. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Razorflame was the one who chose that. I don't exactly know what his thought process is. It could be maybe he comes from more of a Pokemon Puzzle League background like Tayman, and that level 4 play could be more his favorite. Although, if I'm not mistaken, I think Razorflame's actually his favorite game in this series is actually Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, and I don't actually remember which level that's run on. Maybe Cards, you know those details.
I think it's somewhere between 2 and 4. I think it's a level 4, but it's been a while since I played it, so I couldn't tell you for certain. But anyway, our two players are getting ready. Timer is going, and we are off. And it looks like Forky's stream is about 3 seconds in the past by comparison, so let's keep that in mind as we start this normal run. 11 stages to everyone's favorite magical Koopa Kamek. Let's go.
And Razorflame started out with a really nice 8 combo to kick off his attack.
Yeah.
Whereas Forky was a little short, but the follow-up will be right there. And then we have 16 seconds on Forky's side, 17 on Razorflame. It's about as even as you could ask after one stage.
Yeah, great strong start.
And like from what you've been able to catch of the speedruns show, since you focus way more on the PvP aspect than most of our community does, what are you seeing right away as how the speedrun plays differently than against another human.
Well, if I'm looking at this right, the important thing I think is one, the RNG factor. You don't want of course, the opponent or CPU to be able to clear it, but that's on the CPU. But I think what you want to do is you just want to have just enough garbage to top them off, but don't take too long setting up garbage, or else you're going to waste time just going overkill. So that's what I'm seeing. The important part here is not to just overwhelm your opponent, but surgically take them down with as little needed as possible. That's what I'm seeing anyway.
And that was just some BS on Forky's side, getting a couple clears there, but unfortunately for Razorflame,
Yeah.
his attack's going to be a little short. He's going to be one more line situation yet again, and this is just not going to be a good doggo for Razorflame. But Forky, even with that kind of unfortunate stage on his side, he's going to take the lead, or continue to hold the lead going into Wiggler here.
Yeah, I really worry about Razor's play later on. Like once he realized that that he was short on that attack, kind of just kept that relatively low stack there. Didn't really raise it too much to try and maximize his opportunities for a bigger attack, and that is going to be very punishing on the later stages where the opponents are capable of sending more and more garbage, leading to situations where players might get pinned by the opponent's garbage and restricting their moves if they are not able to build anymore. Nice follow-up attack from Bbforky though lots of pancakes on that stack, leading to a 14-second froggy kill.
Yeah, and already 4 or 5 stages in, Forky's a clean stage up just about. And normal mode's only 11 different stages. It stops at Kamek here. So that just means there's not much time for Razorflame to try to make a comeback if there's a comeback to be had. But that being said, especially in these later difficulties or later stages on normal mode, you can definitely see the AI go down to 2-3 lines sometimes. And that can kind of be the difference if you don't have those strong follow-ups. They control for a really good amount of time, even though maybe people usually think about V-Hard as more being the trolley cave.
It's been pretty smooth sailing so far for Bbforky. Frog's gonna just give Razorflame more trouble with that clear. He might, as I was saying, it's gonna auto chain and continue auto chaining to continue to waste time. Now he has the down stacking on top of wasting more time, but thankfully the AI elects to down stack instead of clear.
Ooh, that's a really low lunge fish for Forky, and Forky's one line short of getting
Oh
this
my gosh, he's
kill.
gonna get cleared on.
Oh, how
And
unfortunate.
that's exactly what I was talking about, of just the kind of craziness that you don't really expect from normal mode, but it'll happen for sure. You always have to expect at least one stage on a normal mode run will look like that.
I mean, for the most part, that was just a time waste. Didn't lead to any significant continuations from the opponent, but Blarg is certainly continuing to do stuff to Razorflame with that extra space. Oh, there's an opportunity for
That's gonna be a
crush kill. There it is. That is what we call the conch kill. Get conched.
Forky's still flying over there. 14 seconds on Raven. He's gonna really have a lead going to the cave here.
cleaning house right now.
Yeah, we're actually at that patent pending 2-stage lead that we like to try to trademark after our Pokemon Puzzle League tournament shenanigans. But to see it in Tetris Attack, especially at a lower difficulty level like this, is not super common. And it's going to take a lot in order for Razorflame to come back in this match, especially if Forky's going to continue to send attacks like that.
Was a little bit of a botched opening from Forky, and he gets punished for it with a clear, but Hookbill will go down pretty quick after that 29-second stage. But yeah, there's really not much Razorflame can do here, barring any significant trolling on Forky's side.
It's like Razor's been doing okay at finding, at executing attacks when he finds them, but didn't seem like he's had too much of a good time trying actually finding those attacks in the first place.
I'm noticing in particular he might be having a little trouble just getting the initial attack going at the beginning. He definitely gets it after a certain point, but not right off the bat.
A frame perfect kill on Forky's side. Just one frame away
close.
from that clear on the garbage.
So close, but for these foes it only comes so far, and that will lead to Forky being first into the final stage in Kamek. Kamek, I found, does have a bit of a tendency to require a bit more. Oh, this has a chance to work out. Ooh, Kamek's flattening instead of making that extra clear, and there we go. Bbforky will finish this first race with a time of 7 minutes 15 seconds.
And that's a solid 2-stage lead he had at the end there. Razorflame just going into the last 2 stages here. But yeah, that was great showing by Bbforky. If I'm Forky right there, there's definitely things I feel like he could have improved on, and he's probably going to be looking to work on in the later runs here. But catching Razorflame on a little uncharacteristic run, perhaps. Definitely know that Razorflame has potential to do better than what he's showing at the moment in this normal run, but really want to see Razorflame bounce back and Forky just continuing. He showed really many signs of good promise with some 13-14 second stages that he's going to want to take that performance and try to replicate that in the later difficulties.
Alright, can Razorflame finish this run out strong? Well, might have a little bit of a stream hiccup there, but we will be able to get that straightened out shortly. But yeah, it does seem like Razor is a bit outmatched here, as it would appear on paper, but it looks like Razor is done with a time of 8 minutes 58 seconds. We can verify that with his recording later, if need be. Let me see if I can reset the streams here, because it looks like we might be having some stuttering issues with both going on right now. Let me check a thing to see if this is live. So we'll reset Razor's stream and give Bbforky that first star.
The beautiful bouncing star.
A great big shining star.
Yep, you get 3 of them, you win these matches. So just win. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I did look it up. Razorflame's qualifying time for normal was actually 7:14. So Forky really played. So Razor would really need to kind of pull out almost a PB. I don't know what his PB is, but it's probably closer to his qualifying time. So if Razor really wants to get back in this, he might be having to play at PB level, which is not out of the picture for sure, but just shows that Razorflame normally is going to be playing a lot better than that 8:58 might show.
Let me see if I can't find where. Yeah, for normal mode, Razorflame's PB is 7 minutes 14 and 170, which he said that was his time that he submitted.
Yeah, for qualifying, that was his. So he must have PB'd for the qualifying phase.
Yep.
But we might be going into V-Hard, it looks like.
Yeah.
That was Razorflame's choice. It is a loser counterpick for the other levels in this match. So V-Hard will be next.
I think this is probably where he might have his best opportunity to take a game.
It has shown to be a rather popular counterpick for players on a seemingly lower tier than their opponent.
Yeah, I feel like the other thing that choosing V-Hard can do is just try to tilt your opponent. Easy can also be a tilting, but definitely V-Hard with the cave, it can really get into your head if you think you're doing well, but the AI just trolls and trolls and trolls on you, and you get some like 2-minute Bowser to finish the stage off. Maybe you'll take that bitterness into the next round. So I wonder if, in addition to the high variance, if it's just I want to just throw a wrench into things and try to make my opponent get a little tilted perhaps. But at the same time, Forky has been doing really well so far in his V-Hard races. I believe he had like a 8:15 against Tetris Attacker and like a 9-minute time or something in his other race against Zeplander. So the tilt has not been affecting Forky in his V-Hard races in this tournament so far. But it can come for anyone at any point in time. I'm almost curious, at some point, will we see like a Yoshimitsu get like a, I don't know, 10+ minute time in V-Hard? I feel like even that has to have a chance of happening at some point.
Alright, we have a stream restart from Razorflame. I do actually recommend our players stream at 30 frames per second. And it looks like Razor was streaming at 60. So that could explain those potential stutters and frame drops that we might have observed. So as soon as I can get Razorflame's stream back up, we can get this next race underway. And yeah, V-Hard definitely does have that potential to tilt players, like even at the highest levels. Like, I don't even have a good V-Hard average for this tournament. Like it's barely under 10 minutes. So I have not had my own best experiences with V-Hard lately.
Yeah, Six in chat is saying you got to embrace the salt and weaponize the salt. I definitely can feel that sometimes. If sometimes the salt gets to you and it really riles you up and makes you angry and ruins your play, and sometimes it just makes you so angry at the AI that you end up just getting a sweep of like 5 really good stages in a row after one bad stage. So it's all about like, how do you take a bad stage and kind of move from it and keep playing well, at least to the best of your abilities, and let the RNG do what the RNG is going to do. But if you are constantly topping them off with a good attack, that's the best you can hope for.
It's not a game of just panels, it's a game of persistence.
That it is. And I'm trying to exercise my own persistence, trying to get Razorflame stream to show back up.
You must will it into existence.
Oh, I am not getting any I'm not getting any upload from Razor's end at all. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a little bit of an intermission while we work out these issues, and I assume we'll be back in about a couple minutes with the rest of this matchup between the number 9 seed Bbforky and the 16 seed Razorflame. Stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners. Alright, welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2022. I am your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, joined by Foxy Man and Show Soul. We have both streams up now to get this Game 2 started between our number 9 seed Bbforky and 16 seed Razorflame. Foxy Man, what were you able to see in that last match to give you the idea that maybe Razorflame could have a chance to come back in this match?
I mean, if I'm being optimistic here, maybe Razorflame, coming from the PvP tournament just a little while ago, was used to the higher speed difficulty. So maybe it was the transition to the level 4 that kind of took him off his game. But coming back up to level 6, close to level 8 he was playing at before, maybe he's going to show some of what he was doing earlier. I know he was kind of bragging about being able to get some good combos earlier, so that should translate well into some good playing here. But yeah, I think what Razorflame needs to do is just figure out how to get that follow-up quickly enough and large enough to be able to, if his first attack isn't quite enough, to make the resulting stage like a 25-30 second stage instead of like a 40 second stage, which seemed to be his problem in that normal mode in the last race.
Okay, I will set our players off, and we will get this next race going. So it's time to turn the randomness up to 11. V-Hard is a go, and I'm fully prepared to slap Forky on the wrist with a false start if he does not input this combination to enter V-Hard properly. Okay, there we go.
He did indeed, going for the extra hard strats.
Ooh.
Okay.
Not too many combos in this from Bbforky. Oh, with a 7 there, though.
Yeah, Razorflame just pulled off an aerial catch, I think.
And yeah, that one fewer combo is going to be the difference for Forky. He's going to get cleared on. However, Razorflame, not quite getting enough on his side. Will his follow-up be strong enough? It does not look like it will be so far.
Okay, Lakitu, you can stop chaining now. Oh man. Well, both players not off to the kinds of starts that they would be hoping to see. Let's tune in to Forky's audio to see how this is going to play out. In general, when I play this in race situations, nice 13 seconds.
Wow.
From Forky there. That was a very fortunate stage, but Forky did what he had to do, and unfortunately for Razor, that 1 minute 6 Lakitu looks like he's gonna be in for a very rough run. But,
yeah, and unfortunately it was the same thing I was saying before of he's just having a little bit of a problem getting that second follow-up attack to be enough, and finally he was able to get it, but it took him an extra 40 seconds or so to get the follow-up attack to be enough. But meanwhile, Forky's just running through these stages. 3 quick stages. First one maybe not to his exact liking, but the next 2 quite quick. A good doggo there. But Razorflame clapping back with a 20-second kill there. I'm going to try to keep this lead to only 1 stage so far.
Yeah, very nice bounce back for Razor there. And as I was about to say, nice lag chaining, getting chains faster than the usual match pop chain rhythm that the game normally gives you is definitely one of the next level strategies to playing this game well, especially in a speedrun setting. Like, I know when I'm speedrunning this mode in a race situation, I'm usually looking for like an X5 chain and 3 rows of combo garbage to fill out like 7 lines of garbage, because that on average fills out the CPU opponent's stack. So unfortunately it didn't seem to matter. Froggy had enough time to get a garbage clear anyway and waste a bit more of Forky's time. But Show, since you see PvP a lot more in this call. How would you say how much would you say the speedrun strategy differs from the PvP tactics?
Quite a lot. It's quite a lot, honestly. It's a breath first. Yeah. It feels like fresh air, getting to see something different than PvP for once, which is nice. Which is why I love all the communities here. But one of the big differences, especially in high-level play, since I would call this the equivalent of high-level play compared to PvP. In PvP, you want to either put such little shake time on your opponent that they have no chance to react, or you want to throw garbage in such a way that will make it hard to react to. And I think the difference here is that, unlike in PvP, it's just a matter of making sure it's not planning out for the long game, it's planning out for how quickly you can just take out your opponent, not just slowly whittling their options down to the point where it's impossible to defend. Hopefully it made sense there.
You think possibly playing in the PvP tournament earlier might have hurt Razorflame's mindset in that regard?
Yeah, I do think I have to. I am reconsidering my point. Foxy brought it up earlier, but I think the fact that he was playing in level 8 conditions may have definitely messed up with his timing of it, especially since Panel Tack does not have lag, and this game does. So I do think it may be messing around with this timing. So I am kind of reconsidering my point over there. He may be warmed up, but he might be warmed up to the wrong thing as well. And Forky, who had not warmed up prior, is now starting off on the right mindset per se. So I think that's a pretty valid point that got made earlier.
Alright, Lungefish, you done here? Finally. Oh, yeah, this Lungefish especially, along with Raphael the Raven, they have the potential to drain their stack more quickly than the opponents before it, and whereas where I would aim for 7 lines of garbage for most of the other opponents, I might be aiming for 8 or 9 lines here, and yep, that Raphael needed 9 lines. Oh, how unfortunate.
Yeah, Forky's been a little bit off on his combo game so far, which I think is one of the reasons he's been in these kind of one more line situations quite a few times here. For example, on the fish, I think he started with like a 8 or 9 chain even, but only had 2 4s, which would only add 1 more line. And so he saw that he needed to go out further because Lungefish was going down pretty low. However, doing that in a way, oh my gosh, that's a
I saw that. That was an amazing. That's an amazing. Holy crap!
Holy moly!
Oh my god!
That was an 11 combo. Wow.
Oh, unfortunately timed, but does look so pretty when it comes together, and that's definitely a good enough time for it to come together well for our 16 seed.
It really helped him out.
All right, Hookbill is finally down 29. For Forky. These times are definitely okay for the cave section. You can get away sometimes with cheesing these opponents and sending a little bit less garbage, but if they get an opportunity to start any sort of chain, and these foes starting from here in the cave will start to learn how to chain, then 20, 30, 40 second times are definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, to give an idea of what I'm usually going for in my V hard runs is I like to try to aim for around a 5-minute cave entrance, and then try to average around a minute real time per stage in the cave, and that corresponds really to about a 37 second time or something. I think in the cave there's like a 23 seconds or something like that of empty time between the stages, but yeah, if you get a 5-minute entrance into the cave and then average a minute real time, that gives you a 9-minute time, which will win most races against most people. Although that might be changing this year. I don't know. People are getting a lot better.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing people get better and better every single year, and those standards will get higher and higher as more people get practice with all of these levels, not just V hard. Oh, is Kamek in trouble here? Oh, that's a conch.
The conch king himself, Kamek, who I believe in the last tournament got conched the most, playing his role really well right there. And Forky, as I said before, he's getting around those 25 to 30 second stages. That's about all you really need in the cave for a good run. And if all goes well here, expect maybe a mid 9-minute time for Forky, and Razorflame is going to need a trolling like we have seen a few times, not completely unseen, from Bowser to really make a comeback here.
Ooh,
Oh,
Bowser's
what?
got pillars to deal with here.
What is Razorflame doing?
Going off. Uh-oh. I think Razor might have been interrupted there. Didn't impact the overall time of the stage too much.
That will be a chain, 2 lag chains on the garbage from Bowser, and what might have been a quick kill right there, a quick enough kill, is possibly going to keep going for a while. Second tier, what the heck?
How
And
are
more
you
chains.
lighting these chains up, Bowser? Oh, jeez.
And this could be led into a big chain here. We got greens into yellows, possibly in... Oh, what is Bowser doing? Finding different chains, but
Oh, boy.
this could be bad.
Oh, and Forky's been fighting off garbage for a bit now, so it doesn't have time to top off Bowser. This would be the break that Razorflame needs, but Razorflame's not in a great battle against Plant himself. Oh my goodness, Plant needs to calm down. We do have an exclamation mark calm down command in our Twitch chat, so we can tell these foes to calm down.
Oh, that's fun.
And now Bowser's calmed down after a minute 45 seconds. Oh, Bbforky will win that race with a time of 10 minutes 32 seconds. Definitely not the kind of time we would wanted to see there. But it is enough to get that second star.
Yeah, I was watching over on Razorflame. I'm not sure. It did look like he got interrupted because he opened his door for something after he had a defeat to I think Koopa. I think.
All right, and if you watch Bbforky's screen now, looks like he's gonna show you all the different ways to make combos in this game. Like, the in-game tutorials are unironically very helpful for getting your brain to think a little bit differently about how you make combos and chains. And there's a part of me that's a bit disappointed that more people playing this game for the first time don't look at the in-game tutorials when they start, because a lot of them are fairly effective at telling you how to optimally play. Like Planet Puzzle League especially, unironically. Like, Planet Puzzle League has like some of the best practical applications of combos and chains that you could find in any Puzzle League series game, I think.
Yeah, I gotta take a look. I gotta take a look at those. I want to see if I can put them in to help new players for panel tech. That'd be pretty nice. We don't actually have any sort of tutorial, and I really don't know why we haven't gotten to doing that. I think it'd be really nice.
I've wanted to film my own tutorial series for a while now. I just haven't had the time to
I think Buster
properly
is
script it.
Buster Beachside. I think he does his Puzzle Academy. I think.
Oh, is that a death? Oh no.
Razorflame ran out of time.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is Razor's second loss in this run, and that's just unfortunate. Like you get to these tournaments, and for the most part, our players nice little slide from Razor to extend that chain. Looked like it was very justified with how big Kamek is going in here, but at this level, just about everyone is capable of being one credit clear of.
Was that a conch?
Yep. Nope.
Was that
yep,
a three-line conch?
The three-line no move conch. How about that? What a nice way to bounce back.
Well, that's Kamek's second conch in this match so far, so something's going right.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Kamek being so easy, relatively easy. The cheese, like I've managed to beat Kamek in like 6-7 seconds before, whereas my fastest Bowser time is just 10 seconds. Actually, go to Galloping Conch himself for a 7-second Bowser kill, which I've never really come close to.
Oh, this could be good.
Would this be a fast
that's
Bowser kill?
Gonna be a chain.
Oh,
jeez.
That was gonna be so good.
And that's
This
a
might
big
still
block.
take him out though.
So that's gonna lead a lot of shake time right there, and yeah, Bowser's gonna use all of that shake time to get to that clear.
On your point
But-
about Kamek, I'll go on.
Oh, I'm just saying, I don't see an immediate answer from Bowser here, and yeah, that's gonna be a kill right there.
All right, as a Razorflame makes his displeasantries known with how that run went, he finishes with a time of 15 minutes, 11 seconds.
Also, just want to point out that Forky is training his mind as we move on to the next match, doing some puzzles on the left side. I know some people like to warm up with some high-speed endless mode, but I guess Forky, the opposite of FFR Pro, just looking to do some puzzles while we're waiting.
Yeah. I guess I'll go back to the Kamek point earlier. I was wondering with the AI, the way this AI, and you're saying Kamek is easy to kill. I feel like in a way, I was wondering, is the AI able to do like all the stuff, like do the chains and all of that, but the AI tries to do so much and it's just barely not fast enough to do it, whereas Bowser is fast enough to do all of that. Makes me wonder if that's the big difference, kind of like an imbalance.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Does that kind of make sense what I'm trying to say?
Like the thing that's interesting to me is that it almost feels like there's some sort of like Goldilocks point of like, for whatever reason, Hookbill and Piranha Plant, they are too slow to get to clears, so you'll often kill them just kind of in a normal way that you see on the first 8 stages, but they do have the ability to see chains. Bowser, on the other hand, has the ability to chain, but also is maybe fast enough to kind of pivot and look for clears as opposed to keep chaining. But Kamek's in this middle spot of like is fast enough to be really good at chaining, to the point that it can bring all its blocks down and get conched a lot. But for some reason, that same thing does not happen to Bowser for some reason.
It's a much better way of putting it, I think.
And yeah, the cave stages are generally easier to beat quickly than the rest of them. Is that the cave opponents tend to raise their stacks much higher on average at the beginning, and because they're so fast at getting to all their different options, they tend to scroll in their subroutines to raising the stack again more quickly than the earlier opponents. So they're raising their stack more and more on average, often requiring less garbage to send to those opponents. And yeah, I suppose Bowser is just fast enough to really get into all those different options more frequently. That's why we see more multiple minute Bowser stages than we do Kamek and Plant and Hookbill stages, for example.
I'm really interested in how the AI thinks and works. I'd really like to see. I think who is doing research on that? I know someone was at one point. It was who was it?
I forget if it was
I know,
Dev or...
I know the one person who's been looking the most into how this game works is a person goes by KSS.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. They've been doing more research into the ins and outs of this game. And actually tipped me off that this game actually uses a big table of a big table sequence of 2048 panels to determine what's the next panel to run in the sequence. All right, the next level is underway. It is a hard mode, getting off to a bit of a late start here, but we will get properly caught up with it shortly.
I can't tell if Forky was just trolling there, but he started by selecting V hard and then unselected hard mode, unselected the red V hard mode to get into hard mode there. So whereas he started from pink and went to red in his V hard race, he started from red and went to pink in his hard race. I don't know if that was intentional, but just a little bit of swag, perhaps.
The Razorflame has started to get ahead, so we'll see if that comes back to bite him. If that is indeed the case.
Okay, Razor going to an X5 after a few struggles up early. We tend to refer to a hard. Some of us tend to refer to hard mode as a V hard light, where you can basically execute the same attacks and get more consistent results out of hard mode. Though hard mode does still have its detractors out there. Foxy, how do you feel about hard mode in general?
I just think hard mode's a lot of fun to play. Basically, you don't get punished that much in general, so you can send a really quick attack going for those really low times, and if they manage to get a clear or something, if you just send a quick follow-up, it's usually enough to top them off. And so you can just kind of send really fun, quick attacks, and usually you won't get punished if it doesn't quite top them off too much. So that's how I like to approach the mode, and just kind of use it almost as a playground to practice my attacks.
Ooh, a little bit of lag going on from Forky's chain there. Another 12-second kill. Oh man, Forky's just so good at really not overextending himself with chain tactics that he can't execute. It's kind of a meme in the community that Forky does not have the fastest cursor speed in the world, but one thing Forky does generally excel at is planning these moves more efficiently than most. It's just always a fun little exercise to see how Forky approaches these stacks compared to most.
Yeah, I will say. Oh, go on.
Razorflame starting off with a 10 combo. For just. Go on. Sorry.
Oh, I will say that Forky, despite being known for having a bit of a slower cursor speed, I think that's definitely changed a lot recently. I know for a while he was grinding in panel attack for the expert tournaments that have been happening, and he's gotten a lot quicker and a lot better at kind of just all different aspects of this game. And it shows in the speedrun scene especially as well. But I feel like he still does have that calculated movement that can be really kind of mesmerizing to watch sometimes. But at the same time, his cursor is definitely a lot faster than it used to be. So he just kind of has everything going for him right now.
Yeah, Yeah, there was a reason why Forky was a frequent finalist competitor for our tournaments at their induction. Forky was the one to organize them all at the very beginning, too. So that double triple duty definitely showing why Forky is one of the best and most feared in this whole community. Oh, that movement recognizing that 5 combo and getting to it. Maybe that was the extra line Forky needed to get that Raphael kill under 15 seconds, moving into the cave a full stage ahead under 5 minutes, looking to close this match out with authority.
Razorflame's not as far behind as he has been in the past matches today, though he is definitely closer than the match before and the first match for sure. Though Forky still has a considerable lead.
Oh, very unfortunate, but as fast as Hookbill is moving, didn't seem like there was any other way to approach that stage. Like sometimes these stages will make you execute slower in order to time your attack differently, so it doesn't get matched on by your opponent. So sometimes you have to go slow to go fast. It's I still find that a bit unintuitive at times.
And unfortunately on Razorflame, that was technically not a conch kill. There was technically still a solution for Raven there, but very close, needing to send almost 11 lines of garbage there to get that kill. But yeah, Forky's just running away with it right here, going into Kamek while Razorflame is taking on Hookbill right now.
Okay, going up to X7 for this Hookbill, who's very low. So generally a good decision. I just don't know what the best play was there. It seemed like Hookbill's gonna get that garbage clear no matter what.
Some pretty lag chains on Forky's side, as Razorflame and Forky will get the kills almost simultaneously. 11-second kill on Kamek's side. But yeah, I will say that Razorflame, despite again having a 2-stage deficit here, he's been playing a lot better in this hard mode. You've seen a lot of really good highlights so far from his play. And definitely putting on a good performance, but kind of as I said from the beginning, like I just think Forky is really just so good, and it's hard to take down one of the greats like him. And yeah, 11-second Bowser, oh my god. You don't get much more calculated and precise than 2 11-second stages back to back, and that's the set for Forky. So
that was
very strong showing from him.
That was so pretty, and
wait.
That was some peanut butter?
Was that really peanut butter? Did he PB that? What's the official time?
Oh, that time for Bbforky is 7 minutes, 12 seconds. Even faster than the normal. Oh my goodness.
And yeah, that really goes to what I was saying. Razorflame's playing really well this round. It's just Forky turned on the jets and hasn't slowed down since.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think that is a PB. 5 seconds, I think. Yeah, because on Speedrun.com his time for hard is 7 minutes 17 seconds.
My oh my, like that's such a hard thing to try and compete against. This was going to be a very uphill battle for Razorflame at the start, but when a top player is playing at that level and is playing at their A game, it's so hard to stop. And to think, Forky's very likely to not even not even advance to the final bracket from this stage because this pool was so stacked. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that 8-9 seed matchup is always going to be a tough one, and here Tetris Attacker and Bbforky being the 8-9 seed just meant someone who was great was likely to get sent to redemption bracket, and Forky still has a chance. He's still playing Yoshi next week. Could possibly get an upset, but Yoshi being the 1 seed, it'll be a tall task for sure. But whoever is in redemption bracket, one of Forky, Tetris Attacker, or Yoshi, probably not Yoshi, will have to be in the redemption bracket and not make the main bracket. And whoever that is probably going to be a favorite to win the redemption bracket because they are all just such strong players. But as I say that, maybe Razorflame's going to make a case for himself, sending a big old fat chunk of garbage onto Bowser's side, although unfortunately just a little short with the follow-up. Not going to get those combos to land in time for the crush kill.
Oh, but it will be enough on the crackback, and Razorflame does finish this hard run with a time of 10 minutes, 17 seconds. So, I think that's a bit more of a respectable finish for our 16 seed. Unfortunately, though, it was not enough in this instance. It is time to give our 9 seed Bbforky the 3rd star and the win.
Yeah, very well performed on Forky's side, and also Razor, definitely not the times he was looking for, not the result he was looking for sure, but he definitely showed flashes of really strong play that he should definitely be proud of. So I think he has one more match to play against Tetris Attacker, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully he'll be able to bring his A game for that one and maybe keep that match interesting. Whereas Forky has to go up against Yoshimitsu next week, and that'll be super tough.
Oh, just cannot imagine. Just like as close as the matchup might appear on paper just from seed numbers. It's hard to imagine that Yoshi would lose that one. That's going to be a very, very steep climb for our 3 seeds. So let's take a look at the up-to-date Pool 1 standings. Bbforky now stands alone at 2-1 for the moment, but Tetris Attacker will be looking to join him with his match coming up next against Zeplander. Let's start with Show here. How impressed were you from what you were able to see from both players today?
Razorflame, I think, definitely there were some factors as we've all gone over. Definitely may have been in a little bit of a different mindset coming into here. He played well, and there was also some amazing spots that he did, such as that crazy 11 combo chain that wiped, was it Poochie, I think it wiped out Poochie for just barely wiped out Poochie for a 20-second time. That was a pretty awesome play I saw. I think Forky was just more consistent overall, but Razorflame definitely had his time to shine in quite a few places. I just think overall Forky may have just been a little more consistent with the attacks.
Yeah, I think all of our players at some level are capable of getting all of the good combos and chains that are needed to beat these foes quickly. It's just that the higher tier players in this tournament are capable of getting those combos and chains with more regularity than those at the bottom, and consistency really does separate the top from the bottom in these tournaments more often than not. But I think there's really nothing else left to be said about this matchup specifically, but we do have actually 3 more matches coming up for you today. We were able to fill in a vacancy that popped up just a few hours before broadcast. We will be seeing the 6 seed 6 taking on the 14 seed GamerX 459 in Pool 3 action. We will close out our broadcast today with a hotly contested on paper matchup between the 12 seed I Like Being Smart and the 13 seed Corey BLD. But next up, it is the other match in Pool 1 this week. Tetris Attacker against Zeplander. Foxy, what do you know about each player's chances in this one?
So we've seen Tetris Attacker take a set over Forky and Zeplander take a set over Razorflame. So while the storyline maybe going into this match we just saw was both of them had something to prove, the storyline for this one is both of them wanting to keep performing at the high level that we've seen so far. And like we saw in the Forky vs Razorflame, definitely the 8 seed will be the favorite over the 17 seed. But Zeplander is one of these people who came in and was a big question mark in the community, but has been rapidly improving, rapidly PBing. So I'm just excited to see what does that pan out for, and what does that show in the match against Tetris Attacker coming up.
Yeah, just a nice, just a nice, nice and crazy slate of matches coming up for you in this broadcast. But that's it. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Show start with you. Any final thoughts on what we saw today and what we might see for the rest of this broadcast?
Quite interesting. Again, as I say, fresh breath of fresh air of getting to see something different other than just PvP all day. Just seeing got to be a little more precise at your strategies, seeing how we're like, oh, this is a little too much. Oh, this is only what is one combo short. It's very different and very more precision oriented than throw whatever the heck you can at your opponent oriented. Whole different view. I love it.
Indeed. What about you, Foxy?
I got 2 points. 1, Forky's the GOAT. 2, watch out Yoshi.
Watch out Yoshi. Yoshi's gonna have to deal with that next week, and we'll definitely be looking forward to seeing all that as it happens. But that's gonna do it for this match. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for tuning in and racking up those views as you have done so well so far. So thanks for that. But for those of you watching on Twitch, we've got more for you. So don't run too far away. For Foxy Man, for Show Soul, and for everyone else at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards of the Heart. And until next time, everyone, thanks for watching.